Good morning, evening, or afternoon, everybody. It's Kaghoe coming at you with another video. So today we are going to be talking about all these awesome new patch note changes that just dropped and will be live when the servers come back up. So without further ado, let's get into the notes that just dropped recently. So we're going to switch it right over to here and dive right into it. So Season of Discovery, the Sunlight Sword no longer scales with spell power and it inflicts physical damage was holy damage. So this was a very overpowered questing sword that paladins got at some point. Someone passed that along to me, so really nice to see that that is been fixed and it will no longer just be broken and blast a lot of people. So then we have Khonsu's auto attack damage can no longer be mitigated by armor and deals less base damage. So you can't just stack armor and cheese the sunglasses. Dedicated sunglasses can now be toggled on and off with the /flex emote. Players who have lost their dedication effect but carry a Lancune combatant icon will have their aura restored the next time they use the item. A random Darkmoon Fair card will now appear in damaged Undermined supply crates and War-Torn supply crates. With realm restarts, the Scarlet Junk Box from the weekly quest in New Avalon will now always contain only one Jostled Chalice Fragment was a chance in multiples, and the amount of fragments needed to complete a Crusader's Chalice has been reduced to 3. So every 3 weeks, people will be able to get a tier 3.5 piece, which is really cool, really awesome for alts and stuff. And this should allow players a more consistent way to get tier pieces outside of the raid every 3 weeks. So exactly what it says right there. We have a few class changes. Druid, Restoration Druid, Tier 3 2-piece bonus will now correctly allow multiple Druids with the set bonus to cause the effect on the same target. So that's really good. That should have, I don't know how long that's been broken. And for all you Alliance players, you're about to love this. Paladin buffs. Hammer of Righteousness now deals 4 times weapon DPS, was 3 times, so that's kind of insane. Hammer of Righteousness now deals 3... now strikes 3 additional targets, was 2. So not only are you hitting it 4 times as hard, you're hitting it 3 more things. So it's just a tank paladin threat stuff, honestly. But I like to, always give you guys slack because I'm a horde player and we don't have paladins yet. Yeah, I'm going to go with yet. Avenger's Shield now benefits from the precision talent for its hit chance, which is good. Avenger's Shield now gains 3% hit when defense specialization is engraved. This is to counter the fact that there's no way to add additional hit to it through weapon skill. So it's just essentially buffing prop pallets to hit more targets, hit them harder, get them more threat. So, maybe prop pally PvP might become a thing and everyone will start hating that, but for now I'm fine with it. I'm all for PvE balances, honestly. Shaman with realm restarts. The tier 3 enhancement Shaman 2 set bonus now requires the player to have the static shock rune engraved. The tooltip will be updated at a later state. So I'm not entirely sure what cheese was happening with that, whether that is a buff or a nerf. I don't know shamans to that degree, but I hope it's a buff, because if paladins get buffs, shamans should always get buffs too. You got to keep your hero classes in balance, otherwise, who's going to complain? What are we going to all start complaining about? Druids? Then, Blackrock Depths, even or ever after, can now be completed in group sizes larger than 2 players. Okay, so you can get your rainbow trinkets. That's what that quest is. So you can do it with big groups now instead of just one person. Then we have Calderon, the Scarlet Enclave changes, which are very, very good. So Calderon can no longer have his power drained or burned. Harad can no longer have his power drained or burned. So people were using Viper Strings, mana burns, all that stuff to make these bosses not do their mechanics. So they will do their mechanics no matter what. Fixed an issue that allowed Soliastra's Cream Nation spell to be interrupted. Very odd. Fixed an issue that would cause Lightforge Whelp to egregiously trigger Soliastra's encounter record. I'm not really sure what that does, but that kind of sucks. Balnazar's Screeching Fear cast time increased to 2.5 seconds, so you'll have a lot more of a time to interrupt that instead of just it instant going off every 1 second. Now this is something I love to see, at least for one boss. Balnazar will now berserk at 10 minutes. They need to do this for every boss because the DPS checks you were asking people to hit are impossible. Dockmaster, Council, like the last 4 bosses are just insane levels of DPS, and those 5-minute timers are far too short. I guess you guys tested it with full BIS 3.5 because there's no way you can do it after these nerfs. Like, it's crazy. We brought 40 people today, and we were losing to the Council DPS checks. We were pretty sloppy with play, but we raided for 3 hours trying it, and we didn't get anywhere. Sleep is no longer able to be canceled or removed early. The patrol after the Reborn Council should no longer pull through the wall. That's good. That would suck to get that patrol during the fight. Beatrix and ad health reduced by 25%. That is a massive nerf to Beatrix's health pool. Holy crap. And the ads 25% less as well is pretty crazy. Beatrix will only spawn 2 sets of ads and perform 2 class calls before becoming active, down from 3 and 3. That's good. The Beatrix Enraged timer has increased to 10 minutes. Once again, awesome. I love these changes. I would just love to see them applied further on so people can, like, the mechanics and the bosses are hard enough with that. We don't need retail mythic enraged timers that are very punishing to any mistakes. You should be able to clear the raid if you're doing mechanics decently well, in my opinion. Ranged ads will run a little further towards players after spawning before casting ranged spells. Shock Break will now properly grant damage immunity during its duration. Rosethorn's timer has been adjusted to better alternate and not overlap with Shock Break. That is good because that's killed me a few times. Then Rosethorn's charge speed is slightly slower. Beatrix should not melee during or immediately after Rosethorn's. Rosethorn's Confession and Scarlet Arrow damage all reduce. So once again, I love these changes. The best two, absolutely the enraged timers. Like, set every single one of them to 10 minutes, and I think people will enjoy the raid a lot more. The fights are hard. The mechanics are hard. Setting an artificial DPS check timer to full tier 3.5 BIS is absolutely insane, and I think it's kind of ridiculous to ask that. I bring in 40 people and we can't even kill some of these checks. So yes, I know my skill isn't the Savior skill isn't like top of the line, but we are better than most, and if we're struggling, I know a lot of other guilds out there will be too. So it's just like, I just don't like that, and we haven't had any replies yet to these because they can't. But anyway, those are all the hot fixes. I think they did a really good job, honestly. And, you know, we'll be streaming the Scarlet Enclave live today at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at twitch.tv/Kaghoe Gaming. So if you want to watch us blast through a fresh reset with a little bit more gear and have a lot more fun, maybe we'll get the council down for you. But anyway, I truly hope you enjoyed this video. And until next time, I'll see you later. Have a great night. Peace.
Hey you. Yes you. Are you still there? Well, I appreciate you for taking the time to watch this entire video and making it to the end here. If you enjoyed this video, definitely check out the other videos about World of Warcraft listed in these playlists down below. And thank you again. Have a great day. Bye-bye.